Oh, I got a fist that's gonna crush you, but not where you think. Oh, it's in the stink. That's right, I'm gonna make a sock puppet out of you, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna call you the goddamn Kermit the Frog of the netherworld. All the nether regions, I'm gonna ride a goddamn magical carpet all the way to your house. Get you out of your house, take you to a shrimp dinner. Oh, and then we're gonna be one. Me and you and me, Mr. and Mrs. Future Solid Gold. We're back. Elmo's my bitch now. Yeah.
Yeah, Elmo.
Ooh.
I think if I was going to be getting down with any of the Muppets, and it wouldn't be Miss Piggy, man, because Miss Piggy is way too high maintenance. And also, like, I feel that she looks too much like me in drag. So I like something way different. I would take Janice from the Electric Mayhem.
Oh, the hippie
like
chick?
Totally for
That's
sure,
what I was gonna say.
man.
That's what I was gonna say too.
Yeah, dude. I mean, she's kind of hot too. From Muppet standards, she had the DSLs. Like,
she got some
DSL.
sweet Muppet titties.
Yo,
dog.
she did. And in the Great Muppet Caper, they definitely talk about like how she gets naked in the tanning booth. So shout out Janice the Muppet, giving me boners since 1984.
I think I'd go with Snuffleupagus.
Yeah, you're thinking from a wiener standpoint.
Yeah,
I like where your head's at.
Trunk, and he's cozy and comfy and like
that's what's up, yo. Shout out Lita and her practical thinking on that, yo. That's what's going down.
I mean, you know.
Hell yeah! Hold up, real quick. I gotta take the sweatshirt off. I'm a little hot.
Oh,
hot in here.
Introduce yourself.
So take off all your clothes. Hi, I'm Lita. I do art stuff. If you want to look at that art stuff, you can check me out on Instagram. Well, that is odd, all _. And that's where you'll find me and find my stuff and my cool things that I make.
Me, who am I? Is the question that I ask myself every morning when I wake up. My name is Christopher Allen Kenworthy. I am one of your co-hosts here on the Helltown Radio programs that we come out with the Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. live and direct from George's apartment here in glorious Front Royal, Virginia, the canoe capital of Virginia, also the karaoke capital of the world right now.
It really is.
Dude, the karaoke here is amazing to me because it's like it's like the Karate Kid, right? In the Karate Kid, before the Karate Kid, right? Nobody gave a fuck about karate in America.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden there's this one little pocket of California where they love karate so much that it divides children into gangs, and not only that, but then it gets the parents to create an arena.
Are you talking about the All Valley Karate?
The All Valley Karate Tournament. They have the All Valley Karate Tournament. We have the Warren County Fair where they do the karate kumite or the karaoke kumite at there, and it's like amazing. Like, if you look at how much karaoke happens here, like, I'm gonna leave bar names out, right? We do karaoke Friday night. We do one night a week. We do it right? We do it right 1 night a week. There are bars here that do it 3 nights, 4 nights a week sometimes.
Wow.
That means in Front Royal, you have the opportunity to do karaoke up to 15 times a week.
This makes sense because people have come into open mic and asked if I could just play a song and they could sing over it. And I just had to be like, no.
I think that, like, well, that's the thing. And, like, this bothers me about it personally, right? I fucking kill at karaoke. I crush at karaoke. Okay? That is a fucking fact, Jack. But I don't consider myself a musician. People think they are musicians when they do karaoke. Yeah. They think that they have, because they have a talent. It's being a musician and being good at karaoke are two way different things. Okay?
I will say this. I don't. All right, I will say this. I like playing music, and I wouldn't say I'm good or bad at it. I do it. But I have a weird feeling when I do karaoke that it's not the same feeling as when I play music that I wrote. And I don't know if that's just a connection thing, or I'm used to a different way to sing, but I have heard people be like, I'm the best karaoke singer. And, like, I know they do competitions, so I don't know if it's probably based on the fact that, like, American Idol got big. A lot of people that aspect of it. Performing
also
to like a audience you
you're
don't know.
singing or covering a song.
Well, it's the instant gratification nature of the internet and the overnight successes that the internet's created. Okay, look, I'm gonna use one, and I'm gonna hate on him a little bit, but I'm gonna congratulate him a little bit. All right, and I'm gonna use Post Malone as the prime example here. Post Malone has created a very unrealistic goal for a lot of lazy kids in this generation. Like they're like, first of all, they're like, he got face tattoos. Kids were like, oh, he got face tattoos after the dude got millions of dollars. Okay,
yeah.
Get fucking all the face tattoos you want. But then kids were like, oh, I want to do the same thing. They did, and then they made themselves non-hireable. They're like, yeah, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna make it because you know how Post Malone made it. Do you know the whole story behind it?
Yeah, he was with Justin Bieber and shit.
No. He was just on his friend's couch playing guitar while his friend was like moderately famous on Twitch. He was just playing guitar on the couch. Everybody's like, "Who's this dude on the couch?" Like they were equating him to dude on the couch from Half Baked, and they're like, "Who's this dude on the couch?" And then he went in and he was just like, at that point in time, he was Austin Malone or whatever his real name's, and then he ended up putting his name in the rap name generator. Came up with Post Malone. I mean, everything about him is like, but hey, look, he took the ball and ran with it. I'm not gonna hate on what he did. And listen, he was playing with Slash. He did the ACDC. They did the Ozzy Osbourne tribute the other day.
Yeah.
And it sounded okay. And it was like, and I will say that, but he's doing it and I'm not. So good for him. And
yeah, it's something like I've always felt like this about some music. Like there's music that I think is soulless, but then there's music that I don't like, but I can tell that they're putting like they're all into it. He's like the non-shitty version of Kid Rock.
He's great. No, he's great because look, and I'm not gonna hate on Post
because he's writing his own songs.
He does that, and then also he does a thing where, you know what, man, he came out and he did the same shit. Because if you asked me to be in a boy band and come out, I'd be a fucking boy. I would sing the shittiest pop music you ever fucking heard to get a platform to sing the shit I want to.
I don't know.
And now he gets to do what he wants to do, and so good for him.
White Iverson is the straight hot fire,
yeah.
bro.
So, but his shit. There's some other stuff that's out that's like a little bit less. Yeah,
it could be terrible. But White Iverson.
Yeah, it's tight, and I love
when I started balling, I was young,
and it was tight. Yeah, and I saw that
when he started balling.
But to circle back to what the point is and why people are so obsessed with karaoke is they think that there's going to be RCA Records executive would just happen to be passing through Front Royal, and he was like, oh my God, there's no way. It's going to be like Wayne's World. Like he's going to get in his car, he's going to get in his limo with the big boomerang antenna on the back of it and get on his giant cell phone and then call it into Chicago and be like, hey, get the recording studio ready. I saw this guy do a Who Let the Dogs Out that you wouldn't fucking believe, and then bring him on there, and you're like, I just feel like it. But look, I aspire at some point in time to make actual real music too. And it's hard because listen, when I get up there and I do the karaoke, easy as fuck. I did Now You're a Man by DVDA.
Now you're a man.
I did. It was so good. Yanni, he's not letting me. He needs to let me do it. Yanni, you better let me get that shit on again because you didn't let me do it last week. I think that might have to do with something with like the 12th Pendleton, but whatever. We'll talk about that next time. But it was like, but I do because I can get up there and I know those lyrics because I've heard them a million times. It's not like, but when I sing with Shannon, I sing well. But man, I get up there like Ricky Bobby in his first fucking interview. I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm like, yo, I'm shuffling around like my feet, like I don't know what's gonna happen now. Like, it's just crazy. It's very hard. So like, when you
feel comfortable, like with a certain grip on your microphone or a certain way to hold the mic cord, because that shit does help.
Yeah, I do. I think that maybe there's some. I need to figure that out because in comedy, it took me a year and some change to figure that out. And I can do it no sweat in comedy. I figure out how to hold the microphone. Now I do it like I do the cool like black guy from the side thing. And like, dude, there's some people that do also. It's funny to watch the hand jobs that people give microphones. The different hand jobs that are given in comedy to the microphone. Like everybody has a different style of hand job.
Same thing in playing music, especially rock music. Like there was like. I used to get made fun of because I'd wrap the microphone cable around my arms and shit, and fucking like I'd like have tape around it so I could like swing that bitch around and shit. And like people, Brendan used to definitely make fun of me. He was like, "How many times you gonna wrap that thing around your arm?" But like Henry Rollins would grab his mic and like pull that bitch out like it was a saber and hold it really like hard and it'd sing like this. That was like his fucking his go-to.
Got their own like style. So
yeah. But it's
I don't know. I find like if I'm singing karaoke, I sound better when the original singer when it's the original song and not just
Yeah.
like a karaoke, because it's either off by a key and it fucks me up, and then I just sound like tone deaf. But I'm really not. Like, I'm actually pretty good at singing.
I will say this.
It needs to be the actual song. I have, like, somewhere in the world is a CD of me actually saying, I actually made like, I didn't make it, but somebody like made a bunch of songs and it had me singing in it, and it made a CD out of it. And my friend Ashley, when she had that, like, the CRV car, she had parked it in front of, like, the pizza place, and the car got stolen, and in essence so did the CD. So somewhere in the world it's a CD of me singing 4 songs.
That's like with me and my homies.
And they're pretty good, actually.
We made this shit called, like, the Unedited Bastard Jump. And it was literally just us driving around with this hand cassette recorder on acid for, like, weeks of us, like, driving around. And fucking one of my dumbass friends got his car repoed, and that was in the tape deck. I was like, dude, that's one of a kind. You need to make a copy, you dumb idiot.
It sucks, doesn't it? I mean, like, mine, there was no actual instruments playing. It was Fruity Loops. The person just took a bunch of, like, different, like,
dude,
clips.
Fruity Loops used to be the shit.
Yeah, and
that shit was fun,
he made
dude.
4 beautiful songs, and I ended up singing all of them.
That's awesome, dude. I mean,
neat.
you know, that's
So I
we need to find that motherfucker, dude.
I don't know where they are.
We need to go on.
There.
We should do, like, an investigative thing. If they can solve cold case murders from 20 years ago, we can solve this.
You know, they
mystery.
can't solve. They can't solve where fucking MySpace put all the songs that I had on that fucking old band page I had.
Oh yeah.
These bitch.
I
well, hopefully
actually
they lost
logged
my
into
dick
my
pics, then.
MySpace like maybe a year ago.
You can look up anything on the internet in the Internet Archive except for fucking pictures and songs you had on MySpace. There was some like they fucked up, and I don't know what the fuck they did, but they fucking disappeared all that shit. I've scoured the internet.
That you know who's behind it? Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg was like, "Yo, you know what? The social media world is mine, Tom Anderson. Your soul is mine." Dude, is he on the Epstein list?
Yeah, I was about to say Tom's not on the Epstein list.
Tom, fuck no, Tom ain't, man. Tom was cool as shit.
Tom got his money and got out.
You ever seen the story about him?
Nah.
That dude's story's awesome. He got his money and got the fuck out.
Yeah, he's like,
he got his money and got the fuck out.
I think he
That's
knew,
his story.
Like, I don't think he didn't do.
Walked in and was like,
he didn't do the same thing, but he did go on Friendster and was like, "I'm making my new one," and it was MySpace.
Yeah.
Because I remember when that happened. Because like when I worked at Interpunk, MySpace was the thing that everybody used. Like all of our bands, like we didn't. Nobody had websites back then for their bands because you could like have everything streaming on the front page of your fucking MySpace. So our MySpace is how like we got shows, how we got like everything.
Yeah,
from
dude.
that shit.
Yeah, now it's translated over to Facebook. Although I will say, man, like I think it's hilarious. Like, maybe it's because I'm at the level I'm at. Maybe it's because people don't think I'm that funny. I don't know. But the amount of time that I put into putting up a Facebook post about a comedy show. Actually, I take that back. The last post I did when I did the news thing in front of the Catamount actually got about 6 people to come in. So I will give myself a little pat on the back for that. But it's really hard when you're trying to promote a show now online because there's so much. It's not my fault. It's not your fault. It's just there's so much going on, and everybody has picked up on how to do this now. It's not special. Like corporations had a hold on it before because they had the only means to make broadcast happen. Now everybody has this means, so everybody does it. And so I think that's like part of the reason like why what I'm trying to do different, like why I don't have any clips or I don't put shit up on my comedy stuff, and why I kind of gave up on my comedy page to be real with y'all. Like Chris K Comedy, I need to get back on it. But I just feel that the style of marketing has become so pedestrian and become so available that it's so flooded. You have to do some shit. You got to do some other ass shit to get out there.
Yeah, I think there is that, but I think there is that other part of it where the clips do help bring people in but I think that's what. With podcasts, you almost have to because you got to give them a little bit to like be like, hey, take this, or they have to be into that style of comedy. Like we never did clips for Dirtbag, but like that show was fucking like 4 hours. So it was the people that listened to it, like it was
more like I looked at that more like the same thing as like Ellie in the Morning or something. Where
And it
people
was
would listen
also
to,
on
like,
what like we actually who was the
we were on Ultimate Local Music and Rip Radio Network.
Yep. So we were actually like there.
Yeah,
Like,
we
were-
had like
we didn't have to do a lot of work. They did it for us.
Yeah,
That's
like
awesome.
for Ripped, it was definitely a 4-hour block, so we tried to fill that all the time,
Mm.
and that's why we took breaks. So I was like, I don't know if we could do 4 hours straight.
It was fun.
The longest show I think on that was 5 hours, and that shows. I think Usman was on that show, so I had to go back and digitally edit his fucking breathing out because the motherfucker would sit over the
It's
mic
like-
like this.
What are you talking about, guys?
Yeah, dude. And like I literally had to go in, and whenever he wasn't talking, I just took the track out, and then when he was talking, I'd have to go in between his words and cut out.
Jeez.
Like, yo, I think you got sleep apnea, man.
By the way, guys, I want to apologize for what I did over here earlier.
What'd you do?
I was just I was talking my Facebook post about what we were doing because I was talking about the picture I put up. If you want to take a look at it, and in this picture there is a picture of the pharmaceutical area of the shortstop where I live in my small neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
And in my neighborhood, there is half the community is single family homes.
Yeah,
So
nice
let's
little...
use that term, single family homes. The other side is a Catholic university. But at our small store, we sell 12 varietals of condoms.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know who's using them. But I
That's
will
a
say
lot.
that's 12 because I was looking
What
for
are the varieties?
I'm looking for antacids, all right? You know how many varietals of antacids there are? One.
Is it assorted Tums?
No, they had two. There's two. There's Pepsid A. There's three. Pepsid AC, chewable Pepto, and then Pepto Liquid, which I got the Pepto Liquid. There was one bottle left.
That is
There
the
was-
best.
I could, dude, if I needed to fucking like cover myself in latex, no fucking problem. But getting this fucking heartburn under control
I mean, do
was
they-
almost not possible.
What brands? I mean, what did they
Dude,
have?
look at the pic. Everything, bro. It looks like fucking.
Read 'em out, Lita.
Yeah, that shit looks like a Times
All right,
Square
we have
M&M store of condoms.
Trojan Fire and Ice. First of all, I feel like
Yo,
anybody
that's
that's
that
gonna
warm
put,
and
like,
pussy shit.
like icy hot shit on
I
your
hate that
penis.
shit,
That's
man.
weird, dude. Okay, Trojan Ecstasy, Magnum, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Ultra Ribbed, pleasure. Pleasure.
Is that?
Face.
Can you really tell the difference with ribbed?
Oh, Pleasure Pack.
I don't know, man.
of these
I
words are
don't
hard.
know. Ask.
Yeah, Lita, can you tell the difference between a rib condom and
Oh, there's
not?
one for her pleasure and then just ribbed. Say again.
Yeah, can you tell if they're ribbed? Is it like, have you ever been
I
like,
don't-
ooh, ribbed? He's a fancy lad.
Honestly, no.
Yeah.
Like, you can't really. I mean, I can't tell. I can't tell the difference. There's ultra thin. There's lambskin.
Ugh.
Who uses that still? That shit's not accurate. Don't use the lambskin, guys. Like that's.
Yeah, just put a
not
sausage
accurate.
casing over your.
Oh yeah, dude. Hey, listen. Hey, right? Or grab some Saran wrap. Just
You were like-
Let me get this porous thin like skin and fuck you with it.
Semi-permeable.
You want some goat meat in your pussy?
I don't think it's actually
yeah,
lambs.
dude.
I don't think it really is. I think
It
that's
no,
wrong.
it's no, it is.
Is
It is really lamb intestines.
What?
Yeah, dude. That. So I had a roommate, right? And
Ew.
yeah, I had a roommate,
So you
right?
can eat them if the apocalypse comes down
Yeah,
like
so
chips.
Actually,
leave 'em out a
I got.
windowsill.
I have two funny lambskin stories. So, lambskin. I remember learning about it in high school because they're like lambskin condoms don't work, and you're like, okay, cool. And then when I was living with these dudes, and they were total bros, and one of them hated. I mean, I've never met somebody. This dude. This is a funny story. This guy hated condoms so much that one time, the New England Journal of Medicine, and it really happened, released an article that said that heterosexual males are way less likely to contract AIDS via vaginal sex because the mechanics of it, and I won't get into it because it has to do with pee flow and all the things that happen, like in all the fluid flows, because you're going outwards and it's inwards. And it's easier for women and men being penetrated to get AIDS. So basically, he had the argument on paper of why he shouldn't have to worry about wearing a condom, right? Like, that's how much he fucking hated condoms. So when it came out, he was like, dude, look at this. And I was like, that's fucking hilarious that you're this hype about it. Anyways, so as a contingency, he kept condoms, but he found his loophole, and he would use lambskin. He's like, dude, it's like nothing's there. And I'm like, yeah, because nothing is there, dude. That's like just another animal's skin, dude. Like what the fuck are you doing? Like that's like, are you the fucking
Well,
like
how
are you the
like-
leather face of fucking? Like what are you doing?
Right?
You know,
So, like have some animals have like pores and stuff. Well, guess what?
Jesus be coming out of them.
well, I mean, the history of condoms, that's how they started. Condoms used to be just sheep's intestines.
They
tie
weren't
it
even a
off.
prophylactic. They were just a deterrent.
Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, that was funny. But another time, I dated a girl who was allergic to latex,
Okay.
and
Yeah, that makes sense.
she was allergic to latex, and so
Polypropylene.
she was like, you know what, fuck it. Well, this was before. This was like, I mean, I dated like I've been married for fucking 20 million years, 17. Or I've been married since 2011, so 14 years. Very happily married, by the way. So I have no idea about what the condom game was like before 2008. And we've been together for 2008. So 2008. So before that, the only condoms that I know about were lambskin and latex, right? So this girl, she was allergic to latex, and so when finally we got to sleeping with her, she was like, and it was just funny, and she was just like, she was a very frugal girl. She was like, I just want to let you know these cost $15 a pack, and this makes you special. And I was like, damn, dude. So I figured out, so three per pack. My dick is worth $5 a pop, guys. And that's in 2006 standards.
You got a $15 dick.
Well,
They're
now
still
by
quite
now, yeah.
expensive,
If we're
I
gonna buy,
think.
yeah, at the rate gold and silver are going, I feel the dick also should be appreciating around the same way. So like, we're up to about $50 a fucking a pop here. So, ladies and gentlemen out there that I'm trying to finance some travel in the future. But no, that's it's a funny thing. I don't even know how we got. Yeah, but isn't that wild? 12 different varietals of condoms at the shore stop in the Shenandoah Shores in Front Royal, Virginia. It has more condoms than it looks like a fucking PX at a military base.
It's not a sin if it's in the button condom.
I know. I just think that the kids there are just like, yo, man, fuck it. And let's be real. I think the church probably eased up because the church eased up on a bunch of shit because they were like, yo, everybody was balling out. They were like, we're gonna have to get cool about some stuff real quick.
Sex is fun. Have lots of babies.
Yeah, they're like, yeah. So, but yeah, that was the thing. Another thing that I posted about in this post. That I think it's very important we talk about is the McDonald's caviar kit.
A what?
The McDonald's caviar kit.
McDonald's caviar kit.
Yeah.
What is it?
Do you have if you don't have your phone or if your computer available, because you are the facts man on this, I will run by you the macros. You can break out the micros. So on February 10th at 11 a.m., there's a website that McDonald's has dedicated, and you can get for free if you're one of the selected people, you can get a kit and it gives you a $25 gift card, a 1 ounce tin of caviar, and I forget what else is involved in it.
That's a weird thing for McDonald's.
McDonald's debuts the exclusive just in time for Valentine's Day, the McNugget caviar.
Yeah, it was there some viral kid, some dude went has been going into like fast food restaurants and putting caviar on shit. And which I think is funny, like caviar has become like one of these like luxury items that have become like a ASMR kind of thing, like, and doing the bump of caviar is what all like the edgy chefs do now when they do their shows. Like before we use the caviar on the dish, we're gonna do a bump of caviar.
They're gonna make this shit more expensive than it already is.
There's so much being produced right now farm wise that actually it's not bad. And the way they do it is interesting. Like if you ever watch how they harvest it farm wise, they go out and they get these giant sturgeon and they cut them open. And they pull out the egg sac and they rinse out the inside and they sew them back up and they put them back into like these like hospital hatcheries and
Weird.
they let them live, and then they take them out and then they put them over a screen and they rub it through and then they put it into a big tub and they cure it with salt and then they hand pack. It's a really interesting process actually.
I do like
Apparently people love pairing McNuggets with caviar. I didn't know that.
We should. I mean, listen. I'm going. I have an alarm set on my phone.
I mean,
to get on this.
with I can see that.
And if I don't get the caviar kit, then we're gonna just get some caviar and we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it our goddamn selves.
Ourselves, yeah.
What makes this pairing so iconic? Maybe it is the crispy golden goodness of our signature McNuggets and the salty, savory black pearls of Paramount's Balleri Sturgeon Caviar. Make a true match made in heaven.
Yo, I'm gonna be all over this shit because I missed the fucking Grinch socks thing, man. I was pissed off. But you know what the problem is that you have like a lot of these the people that work at McDonald's. You know, I feel that they may be getting a little bit
gatekeeper.
Like, they're on that shit. But you know what? I have an inside source at a McDonald's, so he helps me out on all these things. So I actually texted him earlier today. He's not gotten back to me yet. But I have an insider, and I hope because I'm not sure I think it has to be done online. But if they have it at the store, you better goddamn believe that I'm getting, whatever I got to do.
Last time I went to McDonald's, I ordered it through the app, right? Yeah. So I'm walking in. I think I was going to see you. I walked in to grab the thing of food, and when I walked in, I noticed there was some dude walking past me with a bag of food, and I was like, he seems to be walking fast. I go inside, and there's just a drink there and nothing else. And I was standing there for maybe 3 or 4 minutes, and the guy's like, what did you order? And I was like, gave him my order. He was like, went over and looked, and sure enough, he looked, and he was like, well, somebody took the food. I was like,
it wasn't me, so you gotta make it.
Was it like one of the adult Happy Meals? Was it one of those things?
Nah, no, it was like, I think it was like.
Well, that McDonald's right there is like where a lot of. Oh, okay. I thought it was like one of the limited edition because they had when McDonald's did the adult Happy Meal a couple times. They did one with Kerwin Frost and I don't know whoever that is, and because I got one because it looked like me, and then they did one with what's the guy Cactus Jack Travis Scott, yeah, and they did one with him. They did so I did those two, but they did one with the Grinch recently for Christmas, and you got a pair of socks with it, and it was like the fucking
I know they
huge.
had Grinch. No, I'm good. Grinch fries.
Yeah, girl, Rita's coming out.
I saw they had Grinch fries.
Yeah, they did great with pickle. Yeah, pickle spice, bro.
It was like it was like pickle spice, and you could shake them
good.
up, but they were expensive as fuck just for fries. It was like
McDonald's in general is not cheap anymore, dude. I mean, listen,
Like the last I remember out loud one time I went there, it was I was getting 2 breakfast meals just with small coffee, and it was $17, and I audibly was like, God damn.
It's so expensive. You might as well go out and eat.
Yeah, McDonald's should know that the reason people go
real.
there is because they're eating food that they normally wouldn't eat because of it's consistent and it's fast.
Right.
If you take away either two of those,
yeah,
it's not worth going to.
I'll tell you something about McDonald's that some people may or may not know. Chris German and I talk about it frequently. So anytime you go to another country, anytime I go to another country, I will go to a McDonald's. And I will just check it out because it's
Are they better?
Dude, it's remarkable how consistent it is, right? It is absolutely phenomenal what you eat in the Philippines versus what you eat in Front Royal, Virginia, and how the beef, the fries and the burgers all taste the same. Now the regional differences that they have, so they do spaghetti with hot dogs, and they do the Filipino spaghetti, and they do they do fried chicken. They do a lot of fried chicken. They do because they're competing with Jollibee over there, and they have different ones. And if you go to different, you go to Maine, and even regionally in America, there's different ones. They do green chili in certain ones. And
dude, they only have McDonald's in Barbados and the airport. It's the only place I saw one. Everything else, it was KFC and Church's Chicken.
KFC is the dawn of international fast food. They rep hard. They have fucking they have fine dining KFCs. They have buffet KFCs. They have the whole nine in Asia.
You have me at buffet.
They still have Kenny Rogers Roasters and CC and what's the one the pizza from South Park
Gaffa?
No. When Cartman does the stem cells to bring it back.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
God damn it! Yeah, they have the Philippines, Southeast Asia in general is where brands that die here that still have recognition there, go there to so they still had Kenny Rogers Roasters. They still had Fubu like a motherfucker. Yeah. They still had no, not Pizza Boy. I wish it was, and it's not Godfather's either. What was it? It was the pizzas. It's Slappy Stoney's. Fuck, it's the one. It's got an
Shakey's?
S. Shakey's, yes,
Yeah.
it's Shakey's Pizza. Yeah,
Like,
Shakey's.
something E.
Yeah, it's something with an S and ends with an E. But they have, they had that shit. But but when you go, well, I'll tell you one thing. So I got food poisoning like a motherfucker when I was there. Really bad food poisoning. I was down for 48 hours.
What's wrong with your butthole?
Let me tell you, a whole lot of things. And it was.
What did you narrow it down to? What you What you?
I mean, it was just like it was. I had gone there. Who knows? It could have been a plethora of things. I'd been drinking. I'd been eating street food. I'd been eating.
Oh man!
Like just in
It was
general,
like all of it together. Your body was like, nope.
Yeah, at some point in time, they'll tell you ice is made with filtered water. It
Yeah.
probably is, and there's a thing. But I will say, in that period of time that I was there for like 3.5 months. I got every type of sick that you can get. I got every type of topical infection you could get. I got everything you could get. And when I came back here, I didn't get sick for 5 years until COVID hit. COVID was the only thing that got me sick again. And when I got COVID, I didn't even know I had it. The only reason I knew I had it is because everybody else around me had it, and I tested positive for it. I was totally asymptomatic.
Yeah, you probably got some sort of thing that was similar when you were over there.
Yeah.
And your body's just immune.
The
You're
whole
like,
thing,
"Yeah."
I was like, I did like 3 days where I'd stay in hotels and just like stare at ceilings, but then I came out like goddamn Wolverine,
They
like
got
Project
sick again.
X. Like I was like, yo, just immune to
It's
fucking
like a once a week thing.
you name it. But goddamn. So, anyways, back to what I was saying is I got this food poisoning. It was fucking horrible. The worst food poisoning I've ever had in my life. And my buddy was like, dude, you got to eat something afterwards. He's like, we got to go just to McDonald's. You got to eat McDonald's. It's the safest thing for your system. It's like chemotherapy after you've had
There's no lies there.
No, and it was the safest thing. And because it's so well preserved, and they use such great ingredients, it's safe. It's internationally a safe brand. And so shout out McDonald's on that. We'll be trying to get the caviar kit. Gonna get that. And I think now that we're talking about seafood and luxury items, we were talking before this about things that we were talking about old club promotions from the late 90s and early 2000s.
The Showplace Arena.
It was I forget the one I used to drive through the 7 cities in the 757 area code. And there would always be one I would remember. It'd be like, it's going to be off the goddamn chain. Grown and sexy only. Free seafood buffet till 11. Ladies free till midnight. And it was like, I forget where it was, but that would always catch my attention, like how the free seafood buffet was just like one of the selling points. And then we were discussing about how what gets people in the middle-age group of certain ethnicities, mostly white people, but some other people too, love seafood, but how a seafood buffet, and they do these events.
Yeah.
You ever seen the events they have in PG County where they'll
Yes.
rent out a banquet hall and then bring in a go-go DJ, and then
I've been to things like this.
We need to go. As he sips grape soda, you need to put a pinky up while you do that shit. That is grape soda, everybody.
Yeah, it is.
You need to have a pinky up, baby.
I mean, it is.
It's diet. It's diet. I ain't going for full
It's the
BBs.
month to do that. So.
Yeah. Starting it off right.
No, but so then we brought up the Chesapeake Bay Seafood House, and I can always, anytime anybody says the Chesapeake Bay Seafood House. Get all the seafood you can eat. That was the thing. I used to work at a bar on Wilson Boulevard in Arlington, and this lady would always come in. Her boyfriend would come in, and they were cool as shit. And we'd always hee-haw it up. And then one day something came up, and I was like, "Oh yeah, the Chesapeake Bay Seafood House, man. We'd go there. They'd always be try to hem you up with the hush puppies." And then she was like, "Yeah, that was my family owned." That she was like, she defended it. She was like, "Oh wait, no, we didn't." And I was like, "Bull fucking shit." And she was like, "Oh," I was like, "What do you mean we?" And she was like, "Well, my family used to own it." So I met the daughter, the heiress to the Chesapeake Bay Seafood House fortune. And
I have all the clarified butter you can need.
But she brought over one day. She came to the restaurant. Remember when they used to have the wooden fish shape
I remember
menus?
that.
She brought one in and let me look at it. It was really cool. I asked her if I could have it, but she wouldn't let me have it. So that was really cool, man. The Chesapeake Bay. I'm trying to think another one. I got a good one for y'all. This is back in my heydays when Kelly and I first started dating, and I used to be, believe it or not, I used to hang out in the gym like all the time. So I was working out all the time, and I was really hungry all the time. And so we went on a date to the Phillips flagship restaurant on the waterfront in DC, not on the waterfront or where it used to where H2O and all those clubs were. And we went there. And I went and I got baked as shit. I ran like 5 miles that day. Did like chest and back and arms and legs and everything. I had a full body. I was ready to go. I got super baked. Was so excited. Got in there and I ate everything. I ate so much shrimp. I got iodine poisoning. Clams and shrimp. I got the iodine poisoning. I know what it feels like. It is a death feeling. And so we went. So then afterwards, we wanted to go hang out at the bar we always hung out at. And so we went there, and I had to lay down in the car. I was distended, but I got the iodine poisoning at the Phillips flagship restaurant in D.C. And it's no longer there. And it was such a cool place because you went in on the inside of it, looked like a kind of like a pirate ship almost.
I think I know what you're talking about. Isn't it by where the wharf used to be before they built it up?
Yeah. They did so many. That place was so much fun, man. I've been there a few times with some homies, and we just go in there and just like, the Clams Casino. They had everything, like all the old school shit, like the crab imperial. When they stuff the crab shell with all the shit in it, like the old school seafood buffet items, like stuffed flounder, where they just take crab cake and stuff it in the fucking flounder.
You should go to Captain George's.
We will. We should go to Cap. We should do. Yeah. Dude, we have the capability, George, to do a show right here out of my backpack. We could go. We can take the show on the road now, bro.
They would be so pissed if we had microphones at the table.
They could but the microphones I have are all I have all my microphones are all lavaliers, dude. We can do that shit.
Put it on your label or something.
Yeah, we can go undercover.
Hell yeah.
We can do totally undercover.
We're like, I'm eating all these chickens.
Let's you know what? I have an idea. Let Helltown. I think Helltown, and while it's off season, I think we should maybe one of these Tuesdays we get it together. George, you get out of work early. Lita, because I'm off Tuesdays. We get on a Tuesday. We head out at like 1, 2 in the afternoon. Get down to a Captain George's by like 5 or 6. I'll tell Jordan to meet us there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we'll get Jordan to meet us there, and we go down there. We get there at 5 or 6. We wild out at the buffet until 8 or 9, and then we'll be back by midnight.
That's perfect. I think that's a good idea.
I'm just saying we can make this happen in the next 3 weeks. I feel
road trips are always fun. They make for good material too. Like you never know what you're gonna see.
Yeah, we could even go find a comedy place. We could do all sorts of fun stuff. Actually, the last thing I want to do after I've been at the buffet is do any comedy.
Yeah, like, I'm so full.
That was me.
I'm satiated. I don't need you guys.
Dude, I just came to Denver. That was Denver. I just got back. That was why I wasn't on. I've been doing this. I think it's my first show in 3 weeks? 4 weeks?
I mean, we haven't had a show in like 2. So.
We haven't had a show in 2, and then I missed one because I was in Denver, which I did call in for a minute. Which was Denver is a crazy. The Wild West is a very appropriate name for the area. Denver. I'm not sure if it's the altitude. I'm not sure if it's the genealogy. I'm not sure what is going on, but two things that Denver does, all right? They party, all right? They party. Dog, on a Tuesday night, anytime somebody would light up a joint, there was something, the same words would be said in succession, but there would be inflections in it that would determine whether or not it was a statement or a question. And somebody would light up a joint. If you pass it to somebody, either the person passing it would say, it's just weed, or the person receiving it would say, "Is it just weed?" Or it's just weed. And that's like everything was like, is it? I was like, yo, is that an issue?
Yeah, like you guys, what are you putting in there? These
joints? Really, what is going on? Is PCP making a big comeback out here? Or you guys like?
It's probably ketamine.
No, I think they have I think that people like legit put fentanyl in joints. Like I think they like.
Ew.
That's
dude. The homeless
wild.
Dude. All right. The episode of South Park with the homeless. Yeah, that really fucking happened. We were at
I have a homie that lives out there, and like when he first moved out there, this is so fucked up. But they were like like yell at people. It wasn't even like they were like being cordial. And he called them the feral humans.
Feral.
Well, they're nice. They're very polite. The homeless folks, I will say, they are very polite, but they are aggressive, and they will pull up on you. Like, I pulled out a pack of cigarettes, and I didn't know this. Also, two things I didn't know. I found out the hard way. Is that menthol is banned in Denver. And I found out I did not come prepared for this. And so it was rough, man. I had to smoke Newport Reds for like a day. Yeah. So when the homeless folks saw me with the Newport like menthols, they're like, "Can I get like a cigarette, man?" And of course, me being like, "Dude, you can have two." Dude, like there's a store, and I'm like,
yeah, nice, giving away your stuff.
Dog, it was the worst. But man, as soon as one saw, all of a sudden it was like the fucking Walking Dead. I just saw like
it's beginning of Dawn of the
they
Day
started
of the
like,
Dead.
dude, they were like, yo, you started seeing them come out like now that video game eyes. Like start seeing them coming out from her. I was like, oh my god! I was like, they're like, hey man, got change, got a cigarette, gotta get a cigarette and change. And I was like, oh my god! I was like, I'm so fucking. I feel bad.
From what my homie said, they're super aggressive. Not over like they'll ask you for money, but if you walk out of a place with food, they'll be like, "Fuck you" if you don't give it to him. And like he was like, one time he left with like food, and something he definitely got.
They weren't. I wouldn't say they were aggressive maliciously. They were just aggressive.
I mean, it might be better now because, like, I know when he first moved out there, he was in the industry, and there were other people that just moved out there because it was like any boom. It was like the green boom.
Yeah.
Once it got legal, so a lot of people moved out there, didn't get jobs, and just like didn't go back home.
Yeah, we went, dude. Well, that was like fun, but that was in a neighborhood that's notorious for. It's called Colfax. It's yeah. So it was at Lions Lair, which is a punk rock.
Near where Brendan.
Yeah, so we were that was at the Gong Show, which was like a fever dream of an open mic. It was hosted by my man Anthony Crawford and JoJo Pride, both hosts. Shout out to those two homies. They do a show. It's called the Gong Show. Dude, I've done Heckler's Ball. Heckler's Ball was tough. Gong Show, man, it was some other shit. So basically what happens is you get up and you get 2 minutes. And you're at a punk rock bar, by the way. This is not like a fucking... You're not at like, like comedy club. You're at the fucking like they had fucking Bad Religion playing and like the bartender's like, the fuck do you want? Like and all that shit. I was like, yo, this is fucking insane. Like it was crazy.
What did it look like inside?
Like this. And it was like
that might have been the place we went.
Did it have like stuff on the ceiling too? Yep,
yeah,
we were there.
Yeah. And so it's a really cool place. And so, but they do the Gong Show, and so they get there, and so you got there. But Anthony and JoJo are like the Black Marty McFly and Doc Brown. Like you don't like Anthony's like this like kind of like he's like looks like he's 45, so he's 78. And he's just really mad at the world, motherfucker. I mean, like I like him; he's awesome, dude. But he's like, and I was like, oh shit, dog. Like, and he's not watching, so whatever. And he won't watch, so it doesn't matter. And JoJo is like this younger, like he's like one of those anime black dudes, and like wears a fanny pack and Crocs. But funny as fuck. He was hands down, and I say this with utmost respect to everybody I saw, the best performer in Denver. And I'm trying to get him to come out and do some work with us out here. But it was a dude's really, really good. Like he's got what it takes to be. He was the MC. He had it going. I wish I'd gotten some of the stuff. I think I do have some of this stuff on video of like, which I'm going to get to in a minute, but how this worked and what I ended up winning that night. I ended up winning at the Gong Show. I didn't win the Gong Show, but I ended up winning. And let me get to that. And so you get up there to get 2 minutes. And at 2 minutes, after 2 minutes, the timer goes off, and you're timed at 2 minutes in how long you make it before somebody or another comedian, somebody in the crowd or another comedian gongs you. Anybody can gong you. The bartenders, the fucking people walking outside, if they walk in, they can grab the thing. It doesn't matter. There's no rhyme or reason to why you get gonged. So I was about fourth or fifth in line. There had been a group of 4 who I thought were lesbians all in a row at the bar. And like they were just like they all had bangs. You could like literally you could have hung a shelf across their bangs. Like it was funny. I made a joke about it, and they were there. And then there was a straight couple at the end of the bar, and it was like this frumpy white chick and her fucking dickless boyfriend, and they were sitting at the end of the bar, and the whole time, this group of like there was two couples of I thought were lesbians that were sitting, and they were just heckling the fuck out of everybody. I mean, they were rough. And then there was like a stud lesbian and her girlfriend, and like this other dude that looked like he was with them, that looked exactly like the stud. It was just like this whole ass thing. It was just such a wild ragtag group of people, and I had all this material for all of them. And I was like, man, I was machine gunning the fuck out of that bar, and everybody was into it. And I was doing a lot of gay jokes because they're all like who I thought were visibly lesbians, which made it hilarious when we found out that there were two girls that were figuring out what they were doing with themselves. And then we had another couple that was actually a mother and daughter that were out. Right. So, with that being said, I got gonged at 2 minutes and 7 seconds because the straight frumpy Karen at the bar on a date with her husband. And by the way, I'm there with Bobby D. Shout out to Bobby Dude's back. My man Bobby D is my cousin-in-law. I love Deuce Babic. Sorry, Deuce Babic is my man. Bobby D in comedy, though. My brother in comedy in Denver, and he was my date. Okay, she's on a date with a straight guy, and she tried to tell me. She went up and gonged. She said, "You can't make those jokes." I was like joking about them being gay, and I didn't get to the point where I was gonna say I feel comfortable with these jokes because if you take the beard off of me, which I always do this joke, if you take the beard off of me, I look like a sporty lesbian from the '90s. And then I talk about the South Park episode that I look like one of the things. I didn't get to do those jokes, and it was very upsetting to me. Also, to the 4 lesbians in the group that were actually lesbians, there was another group of like lesbians that were there, and they were mad. They were like, yo, we were waiting for you to get to us, because they were like black lesbians. And they were like, yo, and I was like, bitch, I was so ready to light your stud ass up. And she was like, yeah. She was like, yeah, she's dapped me off. She's like, ooh. And she's like, yo, it was awesome. And it was a good thing I made friends with her, because later on, this story has relevance about my advocacy that I did while I was there. So so like they're all like, and so the Karen white lady's like, you can't make those jokes. And I was like, why? She's like, because they're gay jokes. And I was like, I looked at her and I just said to her, you're here on a date with your straight boyfriend, right? And she goes, yeah. And I was like, I'm here on a date with my gay cousin. I was like, I got you beat 2 times over, sister. And you know what I mean? And so
the look on her face, I wish I was there to see that.
She got cunty. She got real cunty, man. This was like one of those like Pride Month, like I only wear fucking rainbows, like I'm gay for fucking 30 days type people. Like yeah. She's one of those people. Like,
virtue
look, I
signals.
am. Yeah, right. And I'm gonna tell you, man, fuck that bitch and her fucking surface level advocacy. And I'm gonna tell you about me in the goddamn trenches that happened right immediately afterwards. Because then, in the group of all these nice LGBTQI plus community folks, was this gentleman, very well-dressed guy who I'd interviewed beforehand, who I thought was visibly straight. He was theoretically heterosexual. Yeah. No, he was fucking absolutely proven gay, because the first thing out of his mouth to me after he'd had a couple Long Island iced teas while I'd been on stage was like, dude, why don't you roll? He's like, look, I come up like, yo, what's up? He gives me 5, like a bro. And he's like, yo, while you were up there, you were really hot. And I was like, yo, I was like, thank you. I was like, thank you so much, bud. I was like, I really appreciate that. I'm there with the gayest thing in Denver. Like, there ain't fucking like, there's nothing that my ears have heard. I've been around. I'm staying with like, a lavender nepo baby in Denver at the most beautiful place with a hot tub that I was in at 4:00 in the morning, hitting up George. Being all crazy because I'd eaten like 1,000 milligrams of edibles that night. And so I was like, dude, I was on one, man. That I ate so much THC while I was there. It was so wild. But anyways, and consumed so much. And so anyways, the guy, so he says that to me, and I was just very flattered. I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. Listen, I am way more vain than I'm homophobic, and gay dudes have great taste, all right? And if like, yo, whoever, anyway, like at this point in time, I'm 45 years old, man. Like the window of opportunity of people telling me I'm hot is fucking closing fucking fast, all right?
And then there won't be no one.
I know, and then I'm just going to, yes, there will be, and I'm going to have to pay for it, though. That's going to be the bitch. And so the dude's like, true. So the dude's like, he's like, I was like, there's nothing that I can do. He tried to pay me, he's like, I'll pay you to dominate me. And I was like, yo, dog, I was like, yo, I really appreciate it.
How much?
I don't.
how much
Unless
we
there,
talking?
he doesn't. I
Yeah,
can tell you,
man.
he was dressed nicely, but he was not dressed that nicely. Like he was not like Epstein's Island nicely dressed. You know what I'm saying?
Because if it's something like that,
I'll show you the interview later. But anyways, so the dude's, I mean, really awesome, nice guy. And this is all a very cordial conversation. It never, as like the tone of conversation, all stayed very professional. And so I was like, hey man, I can't personally do anything for you, but you know what? I am a reputed wingman. Like 2006, 2008, I took home Wingman of the Year in the Washington D.C. area. I would be glad to fly a wingman mission for you tonight. I was like, what are you looking for? He's like, look, man, I just want to be crushed. I want to be emotionally dominated. I want somebody to talk shit to me. I want my face shoved into a pillow or a couch. I want to be pounded. And he goes like this, all right? With 3 fingers, okay? And normally when somebody says this, when they demonstrate, they use 1 finger, right? You're like, 1 finger. No, this bro was like, bah, bah, bah,
His
bah,
asshole
because
looked
he
like
was-
hamburger meat.
Hamburger meat. That thing looked like a fucking vortex to another dimension. It was, and dude, this is a real. This isn't even comedy. This is real fucking verbatim what happened. And I'm like, dude, and I looked at him. I said, 3 fingers. He's like, that's how hard I want it. And I was like, goodness, bro. So I'm blushing, and I'm like, yo, okay. So I was like, I'm gonna see what I can do for you. He's like, look, I will take a they them. I will take a hot straight woman. And I was like,
He don't want no ugly.
he's
That's
like,
how-
I have a
that's-
strap on.
He's still a man.
He's like, I have a strap on. I will pay somebody to do this. So I was like, fuck.
You pay me with a strap.
So I looked
on.
at, so I looked at him and I said, okay, sir, just, man, this is an amazing conversation to have, because I had just been accused of being homophobic and being not cool. The
Yeah,
gay
now
folks.
you facilitated
Yo.
booty poopings.
No, I mean, not only, it's not yet. I hadn't yet. I had just had a very civil and understanding and accepting conversation with this guy. You know how a lot of guys would have acted in that situation, how a lot of heterosexual men would have acted in that situation?
Oh yeah, they just said like, "Hey, I ain't gay, man."
Yeah, right. There would have been a whole thing, and like, there's probably a bunch of dudes watching this, right? Like, dude, like, maybe Chris is gay because he can handle it. I was like, no, that's how straight I am. Like, I know how straight I am. I've had my dick grabbed. I couldn't tell you how many times by dudes, and it does zero for
They
me.
should take it as a flat, dude. I was when I was leaving, when I dropped off those cupcakes
Right.
for her birthday. I walked out of there, and there was 2 tall dudes walking down the street, and so my car was parked, so I sort of V'd off right past, right up where Stonebridge is, and all of a sudden, I look over, and I was like, damn, these niggas is tall as shit, and I just like, hey, what's up, dogs? And like, dude's like, hey, and I was like, oh shit.
Well,
And I walked past him to get in my car, and the other one with long hair is like, nice butt. And I was like, yeah, still got it. Hot
Well-
commodity in the gay community.
I can't wait to see what the chat looks like in a minute. But it was a.
we want to fuck both of you together.
So this dude does
2
that.
bears, 1 butthole.
So this gets better. So I go outside and I see the group of lesbians who had asked me to continue doing with the lesbian jokes, but were upset at the Karen that had thwarted my comedy, and they were kind of like, fuck this bitch or whatever. They're just like, she keeps on trying to roll up and hang out with us, and we're like, kind of like, what are you doing? Like, we don't even. They're not even mad about taking me off stage. They were just like, why are you trying to hang out with us? Like, you're on a date with your straight boyfriend. Go be straight. Like, stop trying to be down with the team. You know what I'm saying? Like,
This ain't your team,
you're
bitch.
right. And she's
You're not allowed to sit with us.
she's a mixed stud, and she's there with a princess. Like, every straight guy was,
You know what I've never
knacking
seen?
hard before she got there. What's up?
I've never seen a white stud.
Oh, I have, dude. They exist. They
I-
look like me, bro.
Yeah, I have.
They look
Yeah.
like
I have
me, dude.
not.
That-
I've only seen like typically like
they have like the
black chicks.
haircut.
my
the
manager
haircut.
used to be one.
It's usually, and sometimes they have
look.
tattoos on the side too. Like,
This is it, right
Yeah.
here. Right? This is it. This is it.
I will never unsee that now.
Yeah, I'm glad I no matter what I do.
Dude, this gets better though. So I go outside, I see the black. So I'm like, yo, and she's there with her princess girlfriend who had like the entire bar vexed. Nobody, because she came by herself first, and nobody thought she was gay. She's wearing a white
Right.
shirt, no bra. By the way, that's the thing in Denver. 20 degrees outside. Everybody's wearing. This is how I know Denver fucks too. no woman was wearing a bra, and everybody was wearing like a very sheer shirt. And I was like, good Lord, ladies. I was like, it was like, yo, I could tell. I know it's cold outside.
Welcome to the tits district.
So anyway, so I go to the stud. I'm like, hey, look, can we have a really interesting conversation right now? Again, my advocacy here, okay? And I said, can we just have a nice conversation here? And she said, okay. And I said, this guy at the bar has approached me with a very interesting proposition. He would like to be dominated by either a man or a woman wearing a strap-on in a very aggressive manner. And I feel like you could do this. And she's like, man, that ain't really my thing. I mean, my girlfriend might like to do it, but I was like, yeah, he really wants like a woman who's like perceivably straight. So the stud's like, all right, well then one of the studs, them friends came outside, and this dude had like the straight up Lestat fucking. I mean, pretty sure this motherfucker was a vampire. Like, just like he floated out, like was like, shh. And he was like, I couldn't help but overhear what you were talking about. I was like, how? There was a fucking wall, like, you know, vampire, and so. And I tell him the situation, and his response is immediately like, I usually charge about $300, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, wow, well, you know what? So I go and I was like, all right, well, let me go relay this message. So I kindly take all this information, go back to the guy inside.
You are a prostitute courier.
No, this is advocacy, sir. Advocacy.
I was about to say, you're pimping a little bit there.
So I go inside. So I go to the guy. I was like, "Hey, man," I was like, "So here's the situation." So then the mom and daughter that were sitting at the bar that I thought were lesbians were like, "Hey, come here real quick," and they're like, just rowdy as shit. And they're like, "You're fucking funny. We are not a gay couple." And I don't know. The girl had a mullet and spacer earrings, and the woman was dressed like a cougar from like she looked like Stifler's mom, but with red hair, and she looked like Stifler's mom with red hair because that's what I was like. I told her I was like, "Yo, I want you to take this as an utmost compliment. You look like Stifler's mom with red hair." And she's like, "I get that all the time. Jennifer Coolidge is my like favorite." Blah blah. And so I thought it might have been because we're I'm in another city. And so her daughter is like got her like she's got like a punk mullet thing, like she looked gay as fuck, I don't know. And so they're all like they're being funny and flirty and shit, and I'm like, oh dude, I'm like, hey. I was like, this is a mom and daughter combination, mind you. And I'm like, did you see that fine young gentleman over at the bar, very well dressed, clean cut guy? And they're like, she's like, yeah. I was like, he needs companionship tonight. And the girl's like, well, he can come talk to me then, blah, blah, blah. I was like, it's a little more complicated than you think, because he needs it to be prefaced. There needs to be some sort of the thing you put a disclaimer on this. It was that the receiving end is not going to be you. You know do you know what I mean here? And I mean like this. And she's like 3 fingers. I was like 3 fingers. And so right before I left, I introduced them to.
You think it worked out?
I'm 95% sure it did. They were canoodling, and it was cool because like, I mean, if you saw me, it's like, all right, yeah, it's like, that's they're gonna go home and bang. You just didn't realize that it was gonna be who was gonna be, but it was very cool. So I walked away from that, and I walked in. So I'm gonna say that just like to wrap up this thing, and I'm gonna find a way to turn this into a bit because this actually happened, and I have to turn this into a joke. Is that I basically went from getting off stage to go apologize to a group of women because I felt bad about being perceived as homophobic or aggressive to the LGBTQIA plus community, which I am not. I have a badge right here to fucking prove it. I keep that shit on me now when I'm in Denver or Richmond. Anytime I keep my gay cousin-in-law in Denver on one arm, and then when I go to Richmond, I make sure my niece and like she's there wearing a tank top so you can see she hasn't shaved in 4 months. Like, you know what I'm saying? She looks like she got fucking slashed in a fucking headlock. I love my niece, but whoa. And but it's also good because then when people will be like, "Oh, are you like you can't make gay jokes?" I make all the gay jokes, but Yeah, dog. So it was just funny to go from that and then to be not only accepted by the community there, but also to be part of and facilitate some dude. Not just. I will say this, sir. This was such a pan-fluid situation. It was a straight woman that was pegging a gay man, and I made that happen. And that's why I think not only should I get double points on my wingman mission for that, like I should get double Frinkwood Flyer miles for that one.
You get your pink triangle.
Yeah, they need to throw an extra stripe. They need to figure out a stripe inside of the community flag for not just advocates. I know I think the white flag, the white part of the white stripes for straight people that think they're gay for a month. And it's like they need to put like one in there that's like a Tigger's tail or something. And that's for the dudes that go out and fly wingman missions for his gay friends, dude.
Gay,
yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, but that's how I feel about it. And I love gay people, so shout out the gays. What's up? What else? Yeah, that was fucking wild as shit, dude. The gay people were really awesome. But Denver, and I can see like, I didn't get a chance to go to the Brutal Poodle. But I did go, man. I'm trying to think. I went to this soul food place. Not soul food. It was a southern food place. It was like Post. It was like called the Post actually. And they had this really funny entrance. And when you got there, they had a door and it said "Hippies use side door," and they had a side door available. And I used the hippies side door, man.
Dude, I forgot where we went. Some French place I think we went to.
Yeah, we went to a French place. What was the place that we went, like, in the afternoon? Like, when we first got there? Or it was morning. We went for breakfast.
Fuck.
The best fucking mimosa
jelly.
I ever had in my... Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah, the first place we went to, when we went there, like the first time I went to Cannabis Cup, we went to the other one across town, and they had all these boxes for different, like, cereals, and there was one...
Yeah, that's the one we went to.
Well, this one had a specific cereal. It had a Wookiee cereal.
A Wookiee cereal.
Yeah, and like Matt and them like started sending videos to Jay, be like, "Look at your family on a box."
Oh, that place was cool though.
Oh yeah, dude.
And a little French spot that we went to.
Oh, the French spot was
Louis Vuitton
Yeah.
Francais.
We ended up. It was like just me and you, right? Like I think
Yeah.
that was one day that Brendan didn't go. We just went to a really nice, cute little French spot. It was cool.
French bistros are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Le bistro.
Usually there's nobody else in them, so
Yeah.
Dude, man, yeah, dude, it was, yeah, they had, what was the place? I went to when I was at the DeLorean in Denver, I think that's where I was. That was the bathrooms I sent you pictures of. That the bathrooms were all horror. It was horror decoupage from the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, that shit looked cool.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of, I watched Weapons.
Ooh.
Did you like it?
I'd give it an 85% rate. I'm gonna tell you the 15% where they missed me was, all right. This is my thing is like lately in like some of the horror movies that I've watched where I just hate when the revelation happens. I hate the relief I feel.
Yeah.
Right? I want to be more scared when I get the revelation.
Yeah.
Not in this movie when they cheapened the witch, spoiler alert all over the place, guys. When they cheapened the witch, like I thought it was crazy was like the clown thing, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, I think, that was kind of like creepy as fuck. But then they like made her kind of cartoonish and like they took away from, and then was kind of evil. They didn't, first of all, what the fuck was that plant? Like that gets zero discussion about.
So there's a movie coming out.
Okay,
that's about her,
okay,
and it's going to explain that tree. But in the land of witches,
is it? Go ahead.
They have certain animals or plants that they attribute like familiars that they use to create their magic, and hers just happened to be that tree. But the movie that's coming out is about her and how she acquired it. So
okay, well then I will take that. But they should have alluded. There should have been a little teaser, a little tickle of the balls, a little something about it, because it just like that's, and for me as like an over analytical like movie watcher who is like really legitimately trying to get into it, I did feel that, but I also felt that like kind of like the ending, kind of like I don't know, dude. It kind of like it didn't. It was not, dude. I was terrified. I was terrified in the beginning. Terrified. I was like, oh shit. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. And then once the twist happened, I was like, okay. I was like, that. Oh.
The one thing I didn't like is the abruptness of her downfall.
Yes.
It was like once she found out what she was, it was like done. But
yeah,
we get to learn a little bit more about her in the next movie that's coming up. I think they're actually filming it or it's coming out this year.
Oh yeah, and that's exactly my other point. The next point I was gonna say about it was that was exactly the same thing I felt about it. So I was like, okay, now that you know who she is, she gone, and I was like, oh wait, I want to know a little bit more about her. Like, there were certain parts I feel they could have taken away from some of the middle part and then added a little bit more about her.
Have you seen The Substance yet?
I've seen a part. I watched part of it, so I understand the gist of it. I saw like the chicken leg part, and I was like, "Yo, this is wild as shit." And then I got the gist of it. I'm gonna check out the whole thing, so let's not spoil it because I am.
That shit
is.
If you watch any like old like body horror movie, it is like they do a bunch of weird shit in that movie that it's like they were definitely watching Cronenberg films.
Yeah. So that movie, it's not going to be so much scary. It's going to be kind of, like uneasy, gross kind of like body horror.
Well, yeah, it is, and I like the message, and that's why I got from the 20 minutes I watched of it. I was like, okay, I think I understand because I went into it just thinking one thing, and I kind of got like I think I understand a little bit about what it's going to be. But
the grossest thing in that movie is body horror, but it's just Dennis Quaid eating crawfish.
The uncomfortable close-ups that they have in the movie. I mean, there is one scene that I think I'm not spoiling anything because this is part of the previews, where he's like, him and his like group of
white,
old white men like come up to one of the young version of her, and she's like nervous, and you can tell that she's nervous, and they're like, then just smile.
And they're all looking at her,
and she smiles, and it's just a very unnerving scene where she's really uncomfortable surrounded by these gross looking dudes, and
you know what movie is
just tells her to smile.
You know what movie came out recently that you should watch?
What's that?
He should watch Eddington. The one with Joaquin Phoenix about the mayor or the sheriff versus the mayor of that town.
Lunar Tutu.
Oh yeah, that was pretty
Lunar
good.
Lunar Tutu got left out to dry had Atomics in there. Ooh, an aggressive ass dive style bartender. Gay straight alliance. Fuck yeah. South Park did paint familiar goth emo thing already. You're not wrong about that. Yeah, dude.
Skull and crossboners, boys.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. But I would say that was like when I watched it, I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. There was another horror-ish thing that I watched also. You know what I watched? I watched the Elizabeth Smart story.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking.
You know what I think you would like? Cabin in the Woods.
I've seen.
Yeah.
I love Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
What a fantastic, hilarious movie. I remember the first time watching it, I was like, whoa. Like the initial part, I was like, oh, it's gonna be this type of movie. And I was like, and then you find out that's like,
when Thor yeets himself with that motorcycle.
That is my favorite. I'm like, oh damn, he's gone.
He did.
He's a goner.
They had what's the other? Oh man, shit, dude.
Dude, my favorite new trend on the interweb is that nigga dead videos. Have you seen those? I don't know if they're popping up on yours.
No,
it's some like 1990s.
Don't send
it's some 1990s person singing, and it's always like, that nigga's dead, and they'll stop it right before the impact. But this one dude was like trying to jump out of a truck, like they were getting chased by the cops, and you see him jump, and you see his feet hit the ground, and it's like, that nigga dead.
That's horrible. Do they really die?
You don't ever see it.
Oh, it just stopped. Just like what a tease. I wouldn't like. I don't want to watch. Like I love horror. But there's a huge difference between like horror movies and and campy shit and real life, like
I saw
people
my
getting hurt. I don't
my
like that
opinion of
shit.
the way it makes me feel embodied by a small man from Ghana. So right, this dude I used to work with, they would do this shit where they would just show each other videos of girls twerking, right? But then they were like, thought it was funny, or somebody did this shit where it was like a girl twerking, and then all of a sudden it's one of the, like, I think it's a Daniel Ellsworth, or one of the videos of somebody getting beheaded, right? So you see for like 10 seconds a girl twerking, then that horrible video. And he showed it to this dude from Ghana, and that guy from Ghana was like smiling because he was like all about butts. He was like, yeah. And then it switches over. He was like, you are sick. You are sick. And I was like, yeah, Alfred, tell him.
Like, don't show me that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I was looking at
I don't
ass.
like
You
that.
almost ruined ass for me. That ruined a dude. If you don't ruin an ass for a man from Ghana, that's what I learned that day.
Look, if you want to watch gratuitous violence with a great comical and humoristic, narrative behind it, I highly recommend twitchtv.com, Party McFly 69420. I did a Twitch today where I did my unboxing of my RoboCop 2, my Haya RoboCop 2 figurine, which I had a duplicate of, so I didn't feel taking out. And I'm glad I did. It was very cool. Very, very intricate little figurine. I should have brought it on. And then I did an unboxing of my Robo Ducky, which is my RoboCop rubber ducky, which I have. And then we did the ultimate unboxing, which is the RoboCop Rogue City and RoboCop Rogue City Unfinished Business dual video game, the tangible actual disc game for the PlayStation 5. And I played a couple of the first missions before I was taken out. Wow. Really, really fun game.
Is it good?
It's fun. It's really fun. Like, would I say that it's like, so comparatively speaking to some of the other games I've played on the stream, I've checked it out. I have the PlayStation Network thing where you can play the streaming games. So because that way I can check out stuff like, I mean, whatever. It's
Before you buy them. Yeah.
right. It's $17 a month. Like, I'd rather pay that than the $8 a month, and then be able to like not spend 20, even if you buy a game for $20 or $30. And you don't like it, then you end up with some shit,
Oh
right?
man, some of those games are like the one I just bought was like every bit of $89.
Yeah, that's why I always.
Some of those some of those games get crazy expensive.
Yeah, with Xbox,
and that doesn't include the content that you pay for when you finally do play it online.
Oh yeah,
if
like
it's online.
So I got Fortnite came free with my PS5. I think I'm already into it $50 with just like the skins and shit. Like, I was like, yeah.
That's why I like Grand Theft Auto in terms of like you can buy cash basically. You can like buy $1 million in the game, but it's not unfeasible to just like do like 4 missions and get the money to buy like a car.
Yeah.
I also started a mission on Grand Theft Online. Actually, I've got my PS5 Portal here. We were playing with it earlier. I was like seeing like what the capabilities are. Kelly unfortunately isn't home because I want to see if she can turn on my PlayStation at home.
You can play.
Maybe I can connect so I can get RoboCop Rogue City because it's downloaded on there. But I want to figure out a way to be able to get accessibility to the RoboCop game. But it was like, look, it's like the best way I can describe it, it's like the gameplay was very 007 feel to it. You don't have a lot of inventory options and things that like I think a couple cool things about it was you have like regeneration. You have a regeneration option. So if you get a fuel cell, or if they call it regeneration pack or whatever, you get it. Like you can repair yourself, like RoboCop could repair himself in the movie. Yeah. They based the game kind of like the game scenario kind of off the first game, or the first movie, which is cool. So you get there's some of the you feel like you're like from a nostalgic perspective. Really fucking cool. Like it's very the
OCP.
They make the like when you do the targeting, like maybe it's because I have it on normal mode. I don't have it on like hard mode. But in normal mode, when you do the targeting, you use the targeting button, the targeting trigger. It it helps you like auto target, like I guess it would if you were really RoboCop.
Yeah, I do that with my BioShock because I'm not very good at aiming.
Oh.
Well, it's like just the way the game. This is the way the game is.
That's how Grand Theft Auto is. Like unless you do the heist mission, Cara Perico on hard, then it takes away auto aim. That's the only one where you don't have auto aim on Grand Theft Auto.
Well, it was but it was. I played about like you guys all can go watch this hilarity, and it's funny because it takes me 30 minutes to get to the actual gameplay. We deflower my disk drive on the PlayStation 5. It's the first disc that went in was RoboCop Rogue City. I made that happen on purpose. It was a really fun show. I had fun. There was 2 people who watched it, literally, and I hope that we can get more people after this. But I had fun doing it. But it's like, the gameplay's fun. The graphics are like, they're pretty good. They're not as in depth as some of the other stuff I've seen in other games, but it's just fun enough, like, for it to be nostalgic. Like, I feel like I'm RoboCop when I'm playing.
Yeah, that is annoying. Like, I got both the Texas Chainsaw game and the Friday the 13th game. Friday the 13th game got fucked up because somebody owned the license. They made the game, and then the license like started getting debated, so they couldn't even finish the levels. You just had like Crystal Lake, and you'd run around. You could choose to be like him or the other people, and you could get hunted down. Sort of like the first game for NES, but not like it didn't have that. Like, I just walked into a cabin, this nigga's here, type vibe like the first one. And the Texas Chainsaw one sucked. It might as well have been like an open lobby, like player versus player thing, because you just run around trying to run around, like, away from like people from the family.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, it reminded me of Pac-Man with fucking chainsaws. It wasn't that good. But
damn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get a headset
so
that I can play with you, because I have one too.
Do you have a PS5?
Yes, I do.
Let me just say, and I will let you try mine. I'll bring it next time or whatever. Next time I'll bring it to work. Next time I think I'll see you. The Pulse Elite Sony headset. I understand autistic kids in public with headsets on because of this thing. Like, I wear it around my house even when Kelly's not home. Okay, I put it on. I'm not even listening to anything. I'm just like,
it's not like it's quiet, right? All right.
Well, it just the way that they put it, it's like the whole system. It just hugs your head. It's just like, it's so awesome.
I'm gonna have to check it out before I make my purchase. But
Klarna, we get you hooked up, girl.
Yep, I'm gonna have to get that. And what game are you playing online, like, mostly right now that you're digging?
The most I'm just playing is Fortnite at this point in time. But
I have to. I've never played that one, and I'm usually like a first person shooter
Grand
type.
Theft Auto on?
Yeah,
it's free. You both could probably play Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, we could play Grand Theft Auto as well too.
And you know the map enough to where you could teach.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know a little bit.
All right,
it's been a while though. I'm gonna
the
have
map
to, like,
hasn't changed though.
I have to like make up my whole character again.
So
my character.
I mean, you will for a different system, no matter what.
Well, George,
that's true.
We were talking earlier. George, we could do this. Maybe we could set up a show in the near future after our special where we go to Captain George's. I think we definitely have to pull this off. We're gonna need to talk about this in depth after the show, because I think we probably need to get out of here shortly. I bring my PS5 Portal. You bring your Switch. George has his Xbox, and we do a fucking battle. We do some sort of online gaming gangbang online. We could do it both on my Twitch and here on YouTube Live.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be fun, not only because we would have 3 different systems going and see like how that would, present itself. I think the Twitch could probably show the relevance of the gameplay.
I wonder if Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be cross-platform in terms of its online.
Yeah, I think the next generation of anything is going to be.
Well, the next generation of Xbox will have a Steam Deck on it, so that pretty much made it. Because all I wanted to do was play the new Wolverine game that's going to come out on the PlayStation, but it'll be on the Steam Deck. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I got this place, and the reason I have the PlayStation is because it's the only one that has the Rogue City on it. You can't it didn't come out on Xbox. It did later eventually, but I don't know. I'm just glad I'm playing video games and having fun and being a dork. I'm so like, it was like when we were talking about it a few weeks back. You were like, I want to see if you're gonna like take to it or not, dude. Yo, I'll find myself like in the middle of the night having to fight the urge to go out in the living room and play, but now that I have the Portal, this is dangerous.
You should peep God's,
because you're gonna like, dude, it'll be daylight. You'll be like, all right, I'm just gonna right before I go to sleep, and then all of a sudden, fucking daylight.
I actually have I have on Xbox 360. So in my collection of shit that I've never played and have downstairs, I do think I have. No, do I have God? Yeah, I think I've God of War down there. I've God of War, and then I have Assassin's Creed as well. I've the first ones on there.
Yeah, I have an Assassin's Creed. I never once they were like, you're time traveling in a different body. I was like, I'm done. I thought I would just
Yeah, I've heard the pirate. I heard the pirate one's fucking out of control fun though.
Yeah, like I just like the concept didn't grab me. Like I just like, all right, cool.
I do like. I mean, there's a complaint / convenient thing I like about the to do a comparison of old school video games versus new school video games. A lot of it is the mechanics on a lot of games translates across the board. Like you don't have to relearn, like, you know, it's like Turok versus a GoldenEye, right, where it was two different mechanisms for doing the same thing. It seems to be that everybody's kind of come to an agreement that
movement, camera,
exactly. Left is movement or left is camera and right is your movement, right? And that's kind of like it's like the hot and cold, you know, faucet thing, right? And I do appreciate that. But you know, but you do get to see like there's like certain nuances that you can see, like the difference between like the details in the detailed gameplay in Fortnite versus on Rogue City.
Oh yeah.
And Fortnite, I know people, it's like it's a kid's game and it's childish, and it fucking is. But let me tell you that playing it is like being in Ready Player One. I feel like when I get the PSVR 2, which is going to go down probably in the next couple weeks, or when I get back from South Africa, to be discussed when I get back from South Africa. I'm gonna get the PSVR because I want to get a VR system in general. I'm just trying. I'm getting sucked into the video game thing, but yeah, that's gonna be. I want to play Fortnite in VR.
I know my kid has one of like the Oculus system or that they came out with, like the gaming system.
Yeah, I got that. I've gotten one for both my in-law, or not. I got one for my father-in-law this year. I got him a MetaQuest, the MetaQuest 3S, like the littler one, and then I got one for my nephews and my nieces, like last year for Christmas, and they're fun, dude. I mean, I really enjoy the VR. They're fun. I played the Resident Evil 4 on it at my parents' house, and I'd had a couple drinks, and I was baked. And dude, it was like 2:00 in the morning, and I was like, ah!
I mean, that Resident Evil is, in my opinion, the best of those horror games with jump scares.
Yeah,
like all of them from the very first one would be like, motherfucker.
I got to play it on VR when I went to E3 a few years ago. That shit was cool when it was like the first one to come out on VR, and it's pretty intense when you play it like that, where you're just completely immersed.
They just need to. One of them needs to just come out with a real, like, because zombie games got big for a minute. They had like Dead Rising, and it was just different, like mechanism. Like Dead Rising was more like an arcade, like Crazy Taxi of killing zombies. Like you can combine stuff. And then they had other ones like Left 4 Dead and like what's it called? Something Rising. I don't know, but they were more like, I don't know, more like.
You know what you're gonna have to get like next. If you like Resident Evil, if you want like a scary game, get Last of Us.
I love the show. Yeah. I actually love the show. I think we talked about it before.
The show's actually pretty close on to.
That's what I've heard.
The video game, like it's pretty dead on. Like when I watched Adam play it, and I've played it a little bit, and like I already knew what was gonna happen to Pedro. So like I already knew, like I was already accepting it.
Yeah, I mean,
and then when it happened, everybody was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "You should have played the video game."
Well, unfortunately, because of people's fucking inability to keep their fucking stupid shit to themselves online, I was able to pick up on that when it happened.
Yeah,
you could see in everybody's timeline, like, "Last of Us, why did you do this to me?"
Oh, dude.
And it's like, you know what that fucking means, all right? You know what the fuck you're saying? It's like, I'm not ruining it for everybody, but yes, you are, and why? Because you want a couple of likes, you fucking douche.
Oh, I have the same version of that for fucking MMA, man. Like, I can't get on Facebook if a big fight is happening, like on a Saturday night, because everybody will be saying shit. I'm like, I've made that mistake too many times. Like, just let me go to sleep and wake up and watch it like a normal person.
Yeah.
You fucking dickheads.
Just avoid it. You just gotta avoid it. I already knew it was gonna happen because I've played the game, or at least watched that part of the game. I've played the beginning of it. I've never I just didn't have time to.
You know what? I didn't realize. Somebody ruined it for me. Was the fucking Red Wedding and fucking Game of Thrones?
Yes, bro. Someone ruined that for me too, and I was like, you. Like I was like, don't let it be true. Don't let it be true. Then I watched it. I was like, I fucking hate.
Son of a bitch.
You know they missed a really good acting opportunity in that scene though.
What?
when they cut Rob open and his guts is all hanging out and he doesn't go like, I'm bleeding.
Yeah.
Speaking of spoiler alerts.
If you haven't seen that, then eat a fucking dick.
It's been years, bro.
Yeah,
You
I'm
gotta
just
get up
joking. It's a joke. I tell a joke. Come on, man.
See, we're gonna have to sit there like pull his eyeballs apart. Like what's that movie?
Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork Orange, and make you watch Game of Thrones.
What was my video?
We actually binged it, didn't we?
Yeah, like I watched some of it and then before the last season.
Let me just tell you right now, man. I don't know if
Binged that
y'all.
shit in a week.
I don't know if you guys were listening to
So
all the shit I
bad.
was just talking about before, but man, I think a lot of my free time when Kelly is not available is going to be. I'm going to be jacked into the Matrix, dude. I'm gonna become Ready Player 2.
I told you.
It's going to be.
I told you.
Yeah,
You're
I
gonna
love
get
this
lost
shit,
in the
dude.
sauce.
It's fun. I just like it's, dude. It's super. It's there's so much like there's so much funny shit. Like I like Eddie and I played a game together the last time. Shout out to Milk Carton Eddie. We call him Milk Carton because he'd be missing. And
Speaking of which, where is he?
he hit a parlay today.
Oh.
So he's celebrating. It was on Grinder, and so he
parlay.
he couldn't make it. They call it parlay.
Right on.
Just shout out Eddie though, man. He's probably not watching though because he's a little bitch. No, I'm just kidding. I love Eddie. Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Video gaming's fun though. Like I enjoy it, especially like if it's like a cold, rainy day and I want something sunny and beautiful and I'm out hunting or fishing, so I'll pop in a video game that's like that. Like
Red
Ghost of
Dead.
the Yeti is pretty much like that. Red Dead is like that. You can hop on a horse in the
I need to go
cyber
fucking.
world
I
and
need to go get
trotting.
some skins.
Yeah,
Go
Yeah,
down.
it's so fun. It's so
I'll
immersive.
shoot some alligators.
Especially like if the game is really like I love Last of Us because it's so well made. It is a very well made video game where it's realistic. When your character's turning the shape and structure of things turn too. Like it is absolutely well done, and I liked both of those games.
You gotta get
So-
more skins.
Oh, well, on Grand Theft or on Red Dead, instead of like stealing cars and stuff, a lot of times you'll trade skins to a trader for like money, and then you can go buy like pearl boots and shit and be pimping.
See,
Yeah.
man, it's wild because you're gonna get more skins. If you get on Fortnite, they actually they put on the Fantastic Four skins.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they put on those, man, and then and then they also I actually it's funny too because coincidentally with the package I bought with the Rogue City, it came with 4 skins.
4 skins.
Yeah, it did actually come with 4 skins, and then she's over here talking about mushroom poppers. And so, but I will check out so to go back to, I didn't mean to cut you off, or I had to get that. I wanted to get a joke about foreskins and mushrooms in real quick. When we're done, but I was so after watching the show and then learning that it was from a video, I learned subsequently it was from a video game. I had no idea, but it was I do find it it's hard for me to take cordyceps as an ingredient on something as a positive now after watching that show, because they advertise all these nootropic things. They're like, it's got lion's mane, it's got blah blah blah, purple poppers, it's got Jew ears.
Cordyceps mushrooms,
and then it's got cordyceps.
work.
Yeah, of course they work, and I get that, but man, it's sort of like rapeseed, they had to change it to canola.
Rapeseed oil.
Right.
What's
I
it
think
good
it's
for?
saying
Well,
I know, right? This is you know what they say. A gentleman uses it. It's but no, I was at a store and it was right after I'd watched some of the Last of Us, and we were in Colorado. And they had this drink, and it was mushroom, blah, 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 energy drink. It has cordyceps. And I was like, did we not learn our lesson?
I don't want to be a mushroom head.
I like that, but I did think that was a very cool
clicked.
take on the zombie thing. I think it was a very, very cool take on zombies, because every other story about zombies had been pretty much done. There was zero you could tell me that it hadn't been done before. Government experiment, biological outbreak, aliens, radioactivity, whatever it is, and then to have it be finally it's mushrooms that did the shit in the end Wow, that's where like I think they actually hit where M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dang didn't do with The Happening.
Yeah, you took the words right out of the mouth.
The Happening.
The Happening though, when that dude lays down unless the lawnmower goes after him, was pretty.
Yeah, like the kill
No, that
scenes were
movie's-
cool. Like they were frightening, especially when people were walking off the building. That shit fucked me up a little bit. Yeah, like
Yet
just
another-
people raining out from the sky. That was crazy.
Well,
that part scared me.
But that's another movie where when you find out the twist, it just becomes the
plans.
You're like, and
You're
you're
like,
like,
what?
what?
How are
Like,
they
look,
gonna battle
man,
this?
like I'll take, man. This is like every time I smell those cum trees now, I'm gonna be fucking suspicious as shit.
Like, I'm shooting Roundup at those
Like-
niggas tonight.
Start having like thoughts of Call of the Void, like
Dude, why
driving
do I
down
just
the
want to
street.
kill everybody? Oh man, all right.
All right, Lita, where can
Yes.
people find your artwork, and when are you going to be exhibiting next?
I'm going to be exhibiting a couple of times. Actually, you will find me at the Shenandoah River on April 18th for the festival, the
The
Cannabis
Green
Festival.
Growers.
Yes, I will be there vending
that's
my
sweet.
wares. I'm actually gonna have a little bit different stuff there, more like hippie type clothing and jewelry. I will have a couple of like my glass pieces, but that one's gonna be specific. And then you can find me at the Wine and Craft Festival. That's May 16th, in Front Royal. On Main Street, on Chester Street, all downtown Front Royal. You can just go there and find me. I'll probably be closer to the gazebo this time since I've already paid for my table. And you can also find me on Instagram. That's that is odd all _. Come find me. Come talk to me at any of those events and buy my stuff, please.
Do it.
Yeah,
Chris.
I need vacations.
What's up, dogs? Y'all can find me on YouTube live on the Helltown Radio, Abby. Also, you can find me on Christopher Allen Kenworthy on both Facebook and the Instagram. Chris K Comedy on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Even though I've never used TikTok ever in my life once, period. Because I'm against the Chinese. It's because I'm against stupid dancing. And then I will be, let's see. I don't know where I'm going to be. Oh, yeah, I'll be at the Green Rowers with Lita. I'll be telling some jokes and stuff. I'm going to be getting baked. What else do I got going on? I got to figure that out. I'm going to be in South Africa at my sister's wedding the 15th through the 22nd. And I'm going to do my best to try to find. I'm going to go on safari. I'm going to try to go on comedy safari.
I'm Ronnie Mervis.
Dude, listen. I have a friend that wants to like do bad things to Ryan Mervis, but not sexually. And then
I don't want
I
to
shouldn't
fuck
even said
Ronnie
that on here.
Mervis.
I'm going, dude. Well, I'm going down there. It's gonna be kind of interesting to be. I've never been to Africa, and it's gonna be good to go to the motherland.
Over
for
there,
for you.
Over there, it's customary to just the first dude you see off the plane, like the biggest dude, to just walk up and dap him up and be like, "What's up, my nigga?"
Oh, well,
Nothing
that's-
will happen.
No, that's fine. I will probably take you up on that.
Don't.
No, so I'll be out there. I'm gonna try to do some jokes there. I'm emceeing the wedding, which is kind of flattering and fun and cool. And then when I get back, I'll figure some shit out. But I will have my Twitch. You can find me on Twitch at Party McFly, 69 Party McFly 69420. The very coolest name that a dude could have. And you can check me out and you can see me navigating my way through the video game world. Watch me start as a cool dude like this and end up as a mouth breathing, code red drinking.
Bucket, mom.
I know, mom. What does he say? He's like, bathroom, mom. Shout out to South Park. But yeah, that's, I guess. And then if not, you can always find me at 124 East Main Street at the Catamount Lounge, where on Monday nights my friend George hosts open mic.
Yep.
Once a month I host a comedy, or not this month. BG Wooten's gonna be hosting this month's comedy show. But 124 East Main Street, the Catamount Lounge. We do all sorts of fun stuff there. You can find us online. I'm talked enough. Bye.
You can go there. Also, go online, Helltown Radio and all the medias. Go over for my music at golden_orphans. Listen to it. Tell me it's not bad. Rub my back. Play with my chest hairs. Also, more people should start drinking grape soda again. Let's bring back grape soda.
What about
I don't think it
that?
went anywhere, bro.
Yeah, it went places. But it needs to go to the moon.
It got gentrified.
It better don't.
Now we all drink it.
Now they call it non-alcoholic
No.
wine.
Oh. Don't you give these white people
Throw a
ideas to
couple
take another
cherries
thing
in
away
it.
from us, Chris.
Dog, listen, bro. I didn't.
I want to try, because I've seen this on Instagram. It's half red Spanish wine and half Diet Cherry Coke. And it's intriguing to me. I want to try this.
Sounds like a white woman trying to stretch
I know,
alcohol.
like a little spritzer.
All right.
Yeah. Remember, pedophiles aren't on anybody's team, you dumb fucks.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Touch me in the morning.
Tease me, put your arms around me, hold on tight and don't let go. Baby, I'm about to explode. Can't believe I remember that.